I had to put a pillow under my seat or else I would just be way too short for the camera angle. Hi, I'm Minsoo. Welcome back to another video, and today I am doing just a little book haul from new books and also second-hand books that I bought this month and also last month in October, because it's November already, which is crazy. It's almost Christmas. What the hell? Anyways, I got my blanket, I got my shelves, I got my energy drink because I love this Monster Mango energy drink. It's just so good. Now I'm close to my heater, so it's very cozy, very nice. So yeah, let's get started with the video. I'm really excited about 90% of the books that I got. I'm excited about all of them but most of these books were in my TBR / want to buy list for the longest time. Yeah, I don't know what I was going with that. So I'll just show you one by one. And these books are pretty popular. They are all very popular, not gonna lie. So you will know. If not all of them, you will know most of them. The first one that I got is a very popular fantasy duology, and just by saying fantasy duology, you already know it's Six of Crows. I bought this. One, because I'm curious about reading it. I actually did have a copy of this and The Crooked Kingdom brand new, but I had them in my shelf for the longest time, so I was like, I'm never going to read this, so I just sold them. I'm one of those people that are like, if a book is very hyped, not anymore, but if a book was very hyped, I tended to be like, oh no, that's too mainstream for me. But I just caved in because this is actually for the 18-year readathon that my friend Faye is holding. So we're all basically reading Six of Crows. Most of us are reading Six of Crows for the readathon. If you want to check out the readathon, here's the link and here is the post and everything. You can check out the rules, join our group, join the readathon, because it's really fun. It's funny as well, but it's fun. I just worked a whole morning. I'm not making any sense. Yeah, the 18 readathon is basically a 80s readathon with prompts that are related to 80s songs. And even if you're not an 18 and just want to do the prompts for fun, you can also do them. They are pretty doable. They are all doable. Yeah, I did get Six of Crows for that. This is a second-hand copy. You can see the spine is broken, but I really don't mind. Basically, most of my books that are read by me have the spines broken. I'm really excited to read this. One of Faye's, if not Faye's favorite book, and if I not like it, I think she will get pretty disappointed. But I mean, she did recommend to me the Holy Bible for me right now, The Cruel Prince, which is the Folk of the Air series, and I've already read the first book and the second book last month in October. And oh my god, I just swallowed these up. In the third book. I haven't actually finished it because I'm doing some reading for the readathon, and since I have a deadline, I'm giving more time to that, or else I'll just know that I'll get swallowed in that book and that's it. She did recommend me this one, and this is my new favorite book and new favorite series right now. Just saying. Okay, so Six of Crows, I'm pretty sure everyone knows the plot. It's about five friends, right? Yeah, friends, group of people, yeah, that organize an heist, and then it has fantasy, and yeah, people say it's awesome. And it's also a Netflix show, The Shadow and Bone by Leith Bardugo, and this is actually the second book that I'm going to read by Leith Bardugo. I did read The Ninth House, which I really loved. Don't mind this, my cat bit all over this. But I read The Ninth House and I really liked it. And I actually do want to read Hellbent, but they say it's not as dark and it's more like things happened because it's convenient to happen. And I don't know if I'll like it, but I'll still probably will give it a try. This is a part of the Grishaverse, which, as I said, is also a part of the Shadow and Bone. If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. That's it. You all know this book by now. Speaking of, actually, the Folk of the Air series, I bought the Holly Black book, which is after the Folk of the Air series, I think. So it's The Stolen Heir, and I'm really excited to read it. But again, I have to read first The Queen of Nothing, and then I can read The Stolen Heir. And just look at these covers. These covers are just beautiful. They are perfect. They all match. I love them. I didn't even read the synopsis for this because I haven't finished the series, the Folk of the Air series, like I said, and I think this gives a bit of spoilers to that one. So I just decided to not read the synopsis and just dive in, you know? It's The Stolen Heir. It's by Ollie Black. It's amazing. Actually, one of my favorite books when I was a child was The Chronicles of Spiderwick. And I did not know that Holly Black was one of the authors until yesterday. I literally discovered it yesterday, and I think that explains a lot my love for her writing and just her books. Really, really funny to discover that. Then I really wanted to read a Neil Gaiman book, and I wanted to read Good Omens, but I was not really feeling it, although I'm a really big fan of the show. But I bought Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. As this says, it's Norse mythology, and Neil Gaiman basically just tells the myths of all the mythology that inspires his books and his stories. So it's very nice. This is a retelling of myths like about Asgard and Thor, Loki, you know, all of that good stuff. I hope I like it because, again, I just really want to get some Neil Gaiman into my reading. Next book is a book that I actually read one of the book by this author, which is TJ Klune, and I read The House in the Cerulean Sea, also listened to the audiobook, which I really liked. It's really wholesome, but also very like a satire? Is that how you say it? Yeah, it's really good. So I decided to buy Under the Whispering Door by him, and I really haven't read much of the synopsis either because I just see an author that I liked and I buy the book. Ooh, the story has a Reaper in it. Oh, an owner of a tea shop? Now I even want to read it more. Next one is a book that I've been hearing a lot of people talking about it, especially when I watch Kitty's reading vlogs. I think she says that she reads it every Halloween, and you know, I haven't read a romance in a really long time, and this is a witchy romance. So The XX by Erin Sterling. It's basically about, from what I know, it's about a girl that cast a curse on her ex, and now years later she's trying to undo that curse. I think that's it. And it sounded really funny and just small town cozy vibes. And again, Katie likes it. I really do like most of the books she reads, so I just took this as a recommendation and I bought it. I actually bought these 3 books plus the other one that I'm going to show you now on a sale on Fnac because there was a 20% discount on card, like people that had card of the shop. I just took advantage and bought all of these plus the other one that I'm going to show you now. In that Fnac had a lot of books that the one next to my home doesn't have, so I just took advantage of that. And the next book is actually kind of a funny buy because yeah, I've wanted to read some Brandon Sanderson for a really long time, and I actually do have Skyward, and I started it. I think I'm almost about 50% in, but I started it in 2021. Yeah, 21 or 22, I don't remember. Then I stopped because I didn't have time. But then he has a lot of other series that are set in the world that is the universe, actually, that is the Cosmere. I think it's the Cosmere, right? And I wanted to read a book from that universe, and then I was like, oh, here's a Brandon Sanderson book. I actually wanted to buy Mistborn, which I then did online, and it's on the way. It still isn't here. And then I saw this book by Brandon Sanderson and I bought it. Problem. This is a part of the Stormlight Archives book series, and I saw that it said part 1, and then there was the part 2, and I was dumb enough to not check online and see which was the name of the first book. So I ended up buying book 4, part 1 of a series I didn't even start. Thought it was the first book because it said part 1, and I didn't even notice that it said book 4 in here. So I have to sell this. Yeah. I also got another fantasy book, and this one is also very, very popular, and it's The Night Circus. So I really wanted to give it a try, and I traded this book for the Seven Deaths of Heavenly Art Castle, yeah. But I did had that book a really long time in my shelf, and to be honest, I wasn't going to read it, so I just traded it for this one in a second-hand bookshop here in Portugal. It's about, I think it's about like 2 people, like a girl and a boy, and they are fighting like in a contest over red magic. I don't know. Yeah, they are 2 magicians, so yeah, that's it. They are competing against each other, and that's all I know about this book. And then I did also get this book, which I'm so excited to have. I've been looking for this for over 2 years now, and I didn't find it in Portugal, and finally I found it. And it's Stalking Jack the Ripper. Like, I really want to read this, but I'm scared that I won't like it, because it says in the synopsis, I was the girl who loved the Ripper. And I'm like, I'm curious to read it, but if this is like a romanticizing serial killers, then I'll be like, yeah. I really hope it's not that, but again, it's been on my TBR for the longest time, so I really wanted to give it a try, even if I don't like it. So yeah, let me get a sip. The last book is the one that I'm actually currently reading, and it's the first book that I'm reading for the 18 readathon that I talked earlier about, and it's Battle Royale. I saw the book Leo talking about it in one of her recent videos, and this is what inspired the Hunger Games. I haven't read the Hunger Games, but I was a really big fan of the movies when I was younger, and the whole concept of, you know, the Battle Royale trope. So this is about a group of students from a certain class, and they are in junior high. They are 15 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And that class gets sent to an island in the middle of nowhere, and they are forced to fight one another until death, until only one of them survives. So as you can see, it's a very Hunger Games like book, because again, Hunger Games was inspired by this. I'm at page 378, so it's about a little bit more than half. I think it's about 60% almost of the book, and I tend to get some reading done today, and I'm really enjoying it. Like the plot twists that happen, you get to know all of the characters. They're like the main characters, but I also get to hear about the secondary characters, and the other characters are in the game from that class. So even if those characters only appear for like, imagine 2 chapters, you are like, I feel for these characters. I feel for them. So I'm really enjoying it. And this again is a very political book. Like, it talks about the politics, why the reason that these games are made, and just an overall critique of the government and how people handle certain situations in general. I don't really know how to explain this, but it's very nice, so you should read it. So this is the end of the video. These are all of the books that I bought between last month and earlier this month, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you have more recommendations like these books, or like The Cruel Prince, because I really love that series, do feel to comment down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all that stuff. And yeah, okay.